On January 23, 2021, unknown gunmen abducted 7 children and 3 staff of Rachel's Home for Orphans and Vulnerable Children, owned by Reverend Dr. Mrs. Rachel LGA in the Naharati community, Abaji Area Council, Abuja. 6 days after, there is still no news of their release. Roots TV visited the crime scene and spoke with some of the residents. According to witnesses, the incident occurred at about 1:48 a.m. on Saturday. The gunmen kidnapped children from the orphanage and also broke into some neighboring houses where family members were also abducted. An eyewitness who spoke with Roots TV on anonymity said,
"On that day, it happens exactly 1:48 a.m. in the morning, and they started from my own apartment, my own house here, which is this house. They searched around, they went around, they could not find me and my wife and my son. So when they finished from here, they broke all the doors. My Oga's door was not touched, my own door was not touched, but other doors were touched. Then they now break here. They passed through the big gate there. They passed through it. While in my room there, I was watching them through my window. I saw all the, they were many, they were more than 50. They were battalions, they were many. I didn't see any car, but all I know, they started hitting my gate. Through my window, I view all what transpired, the way they were moving around, strongly to pick all the orphans, and they succeeded carrying 11 of them. Yes, they were 11. A woman having a baby, they released her on their way because they discovered she could not trek again. And there was one of the orphans. That one is like, it's not too strong. So that one too cannot trek. So they decided to leave her, 3 of them. That night, when I discovered that they are in this house, I started struggling to see how I can reach people that can call. But most of the numbers I was calling, off. Not up to like, they did the operation more than 10 minutes. Then the next thing I had a gunshot downside, on the other side. Not knowing that some groups were already in the other house. There is the house, there. In that house, they took a man and a wife. In that same compound, because it's 2-bedroom flat, semi-detached. In the other side, they took the wife and they left the man. The reason they left the man is because they shot the man. And the man was seriously bleeding. So there is no way they can carry the man to the forest. So they decided to leave the man. And then the neighbor, they took the man and the wife. In another compound, close to that place again, they took the man and they left the wife.
When asked about the security situation in the community, he said,
"We don't have security here."
He added that the issue of kidnapping has been a recurring situation in the Naharati community.
It has been. Here, this house, this man was taken one time ago and he paid ransom.
We inquired about efforts made by the government to provide security, to which he said,
"The DPO, they are trying, but I can say their effort is not good enough, because if they are really ready to help the situation, since that day, there should have been a post here. There should have been a post here guiding this environment, because we are not safe. As I speak to you now, and the night this place is dead, is a dead zone. You can't see a single soul. You can't see even security. So please, the government should work on the security."
Another resident in the area who spoke with Roots TV said a 10 million naira ransom is being requested by the kidnappers.
The only thing I learned from the owner of the Rachel's orphanage home, because the structure there is on rent, they rented it, and as a good neighbor, I got in touch with him on phone. He only told me as a day before yesterday that they made call to them, because the uncle that takes care of the children also was carried away. He's the grown-up person among them. So they called him. He called his lad, that is the owner of the orphanage, from wherever the captive kept him. And they were demanding for 10 million naira which is too much of a money that an orphan or orphan caretaker can offer.
One of the victims, identified as Nuruddin, a businessman into selling and buying of wares, narrated his ordeal.
To use one iron that is ready, open the door, because for me I cannot feel open for them. So they shoot with guns. After they shoot, I just see blood in my body. After that, they enter my house. As they say, I say, make them not come touch any other person because they are here for me. So I didn't take me go. They bring cloth away as they can't see blood because the singlet way they in my body underwear it is white. It turned to red. So they say they can't take me because if they take me I will die in the bush. They say they will take one of my wife. So they take one of my wife. Up to now, almost 5 days. That my wife there with her. With them. They call us after 1 day. They asked us to pay 10 million naira. We don't know which kind of help government can help us or community with the prayers so that we can rescue our own people. We don't have amount where they ask for us. Seriously, we don't have it. Speak out to me, but maybe it is Fulani because I saw their face. After they pick my wife, I follow their son, enter the bush.
The victim lamented on the lack of security, which gives kidnappers the boldness to continue carrying out their criminal acts.
We Naharati Abaji, we don't have security. Seriously, if those people come, they'll pick anyone what they like, and nobody can come to stop them.
While residents and family rely on the government and security agencies for the speedy rescue of the kidnapped victims, it is hoped the dire security situation in the community and Abaji as a whole will be addressed.